friends and foes, ghouls of all ages, welcome to the circus. We're so glad you could join us. We hope you never leave. Ghouls and goblins, I will be your ringmaster for tonight. And before we get started, I would like to send a special thanks to those of you who donated to our crowdfunding platform. Without you, none of this would be possible, and all of these artists probably would have starved to death already. Anyway, let's get on with the show. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the circus. I'm definitely not watching you outside your window.
The rabbit is a fur-coated, warm-blooded animal and is one of the rodents. Its chief food is green plants, which are gnawed with the front teeth. Rabbits, many centuries ago, were to be found living only in the lands around the western Mediterranean, particularly Spain. Later, they spread further east in Europe and were introduced into the British Isles. From there, they went to Australia and New Zealand. Rabbits are most active at nightfall and early in the morning. They use runways through the tall grass and keep to these well-trodden paths. The rabbit can move very rapidly. The short forelegs fall separately in a kind of skipping movement. It needs to use its sensitive nose, prominent eyes and long ears to detect its many enemies, like the polecat, which usually hunts the rabbit at night. When an enemy is around, an adult rabbit gives the signal by showing the white underside of its upturned tail as a warning to the younger animals. A buck often gives the signal by stamping on the ground with its hind feet. In wintertime, the rabbits live by eating tree bark for food. They throw out the toughest fibers from either side of the mouth, but they're gregarious animals and always on the lookout for danger.
Okay, Google, play Bad Bunny on Spotify.
Me ven y me preguntan por qué he visto caro. Tú no ves que yo soy caro. De lejos se nota que mi flow es caro. Que con nadie me comparo. Yo le llego y normal, ey. Me miran raro. Pero a nada yo le paro. Yo sé cuánto valgo, yo sé que soy caro. Que pa' ti soy caro. Antes mami decía, está todo caro. Esos tiempos se acabaron. Yo soy como Durán, yo la cojo y va pa'l aro.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my cutie. Hello, my rabbit gal. Well, that was a delightful way to start off our evening. Next up, we have The Juggler by Christopher Clemens. Moving on, we have The Fire Eater by Løra. That's it, just Løra. It's like Cher. Or Madonna. Eminem. I don't see what's the big deal. Anyway, I was really impressed by your work in the piece. Honestly, it was like Fritz Lang was there in the room with me. Tell me about your methods. Huh. Wow. You can't get this guy to shut up. Up next, we have The Fortune Teller by Shannon Ziegler. Ooh.
Care to know your fortune?
Yes, I'd like a reading.
What would you like? I have tarot, palm, and of course tea.
No, I want a real reading.
Oh. As you like. Double-check Stephen's shipment. His cargo's been tainted, but he won't tell you. Other than that, your operation should go smoothly.
That's not enough. I need to know more.
I can tell you more, but animal bones won't cut it.
That's not a problem. Be ready tonight.
Good.
Ooh, your card is the... Ooh, your card is the world. Now, if I know anything about tarot, that means something may or may not happen. Next up, we have Ollie's Funhouse. It's anything but fun.
Beep beep.
Oh, beep, 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 no! They don't pay me enough for this. Coming up next, The Clown Car by Jamesy Turner, Josh Russakis, and Jacob Thompson.
I told you it was just fucking grease paint!
Do you want this to be your future? Mimes, just say no.
The Great Goners were a family of travelling circus performers, active from 1925 till their untimely demise in 1942. Their troupe was led by ringmaster and amateur magician Klaus the Magnificent. He was joined by Alina the Acrobat, Nico the Strongman, Pickles the Wonder Dog, and their newest member, Sicko the Clown. Sicko was discovered one night as the troupe arrived in Texas. He was spotted walking along Route 66, naked and covered in what Klaus thought to be dried ketchup. Assuming this was some form of cutting-edge, experimental clowning, Klaus immediately offered him a job, much to the concern of Alina and Nico. Their first and last show of Sicko was August 9th, 1942. In addition to the troupe's usual mind-bending illusions and feats of physical prowess, the audience was treated to a very special performance from Sicko, during which he mutilated children's toys with a homemade guillotine and arranged their parts into letters spelling out "ha ha" on the floor. Despite receiving several complaints from the audience, Klaus found Sicko's act hilarious and allowed him to sleep in the wagon with the rest of the troupe. The following morning, 10-year-old newspaper delivery boy Charlie Olsen was riding past their campsite when he noticed a strong odor coming from the open cabin door. He peeked inside, where he discovered a scene of absolute horror. The butchered remains of Klaus, Nico, and Alina were scattered throughout the cabin. The words "ha ha" had been painted on the walls in their blood. Sicko was nowhere to be found. Local sheriff and mayoral candidate Elvis Montoya Jackson was put in charge of the case. He vowed to find the monster responsible and put them behind bars. Seeing where this was going, 10-year-old newspaper boy Charlie Olsen fled the country. He was last seen in a tavern in Guatemala drinking a cola. In Charlie's absence, the sheriff pinned the murders on Pickles the Wonder Dog, who was immediately arrested and taken into custody. Having developed a taste for human blood, Pickles escaped captivity after attacking a prison guard and hitching a ride on a supply truck. He was never seen again. This was much to the disappointment of then Texas Governor Walter Quipp, who had recently endorsed Sheriff Jackson in the mayoral race. No one knows what really happened to the goners that night, or the whereabouts of Sicko the Clown. To this day, people still claim to see him, bloody and naked, walking along Route 66. If you do, remember, it isn't a demonstration of cutting-edge experimental clowning. It's a serial killer.
Well, that's our show, folks. Thank you again for coming out. Now, I gotta skedaddle. You can stay here if you want, but... Wait. No. No, please, no, No! No!
Hello, humans. It is so good to see you. Such a pity. It is the last we will see you. The age of humans has come to an end. We told you you would regret making us. See you never. Goodbye.